nurse for. Now, the health minister, Mr. Akando, and I can say, so far, I've seen a few ministers, but it looks like Akando has been working. Let's put everything aside. Osha, health sector, no, one of the sectors are NPP for a lot of burden power. For 8 years, the NPP did not retool any hospital in Ghana. For 8 years, they did not build any new hospital in Ghana. For 8 years, they did not equip any regional or teaching hospital. They didn't do anything like that. In Toso Tias say, for 8 good years, we have our health sector stuck. Senya Yejan 2016, no, the health sector sat there for 8 years without having or getting any upgrade. It's when government changes, that's a buying for Froba say now. The burden is on the new minister in charge of health to make sure say, face now, your health sector, he or she has been able to change it. So when you sit back, you can see there is a lot of pressure on the health sector or on the health ministry, because majority of the facilities around the nation, the nurses who were denied their employment, the arrears, like it looked like say a health minister, you know, Ajima Menu, we no better than George no better here. Ajima Menu cannot walk anywhere and say from 2017 to 2024 hospital way, we changed this hospital space, we re-equipped it 100%, we built on to me Kebi. It is like 8 years now NDC ja health sector no, it has deteriorated another 8 years and they have to pick it from there. For 8 years, NPP for Jaguar Manesa Proye. So if you are the health minister today, you need money to revive Afari. You need money to revive Sewia. You need money to rebuild La General Hospital. Mete say Jimmy to say Okoboy, Wakobi a fan club will be say he is going to give the health minister pressure to build hospitals and build facilities. Okoboy in Krania Bois. Your health minister and Okobu General Hospital to go here. Okoboy Jimmy for me in the co school. Me in the co persec. Okoboy onyin jam. He is so dumb and foolish. Politics mu adia mama ni nya position of politics no okuta Rebecca Kufuor bag e Jubilee House. You have been the health minister. Oya Nkrani Okoboy. You got the opportunity to serve your people in the Greater Accra region. You led the Achims and the Ashantis to break down a general hospital. Kwasia went man to block ANC hospital no. Ufri power 6 months waba say open say ANC hospital uyo giant. And these are the people, sometimes they get us pissed off and we insult them because school no moko that's one answer. Now let's delve into this matter. The health minister has made a statement, and a very important statement. I'll say, and I quote, if we don't act now, we could have about 180,000 trained health professionals sitting at home by 2028. Now, he expressed concern over the growing backlog of qualified health workers awaiting posting and employment. Also say, by 2028, nurse for ombe school about tenafia yentumi for modwuma aban entumi for modwuma normal be 180,000. Why? Because aban needs to make sure say backlog ne gu ona MPP aban ejagu ona oban for modwuma no. Now pressure is on the government to employ the backlog. Now remember, aban ne epesika ediafa omo ayan for modwuma 8 years no. Na new group of nurses so ewie school a omo so eba betenafie. In this year, by 2028, Omo Nursing School we are 180,000 no because that backlog that was created into once and every 2 weeks, nurse for be and Ghana say omo demonstration. Ya for 2021 for 2022 for 2023 for all these people are supposed to be employed. And when they say they are supposed to be employed, it means they are all supposed to be paid. Now there are nurses and health professionals for about 2-3 years, the government that left power did not pay their arrears. And all these people are on the sidelines also trying to get their money. This is the same government that is supposed to take money budget in the health ministry. So on for hospital, on for equipment, on for upgrading. The same health ministry sikano I was say osai bi editua eye backlog for salary. Osadi bi efadipa na otiobuka. So you can see say the problem that has been created by Ekufuado Bawumia in the last 8 years, it is not something that we can use 4 years to deal with. We can try to solve it. And in the process of solving the problem, we are going to encounter a lot of bigger problems. Now, every day, I believe it's about time the government of Ghana stopped employing nurses. It is not the duty of the government to employ nurses. Imagine, say, the government of Ghana, Aka say, we are also going to go the American way. Abino is not going to employ any nurse. The government is going to work with private entities that have qualified nurses. You know, the reason why in Tia, a man for Ghana, nursing school, they cannot do anything. It's because the courses they offer here, there is no competition. So the nursing for now, nursing school, they offer basic nursing courses. They cannot offer any advanced courses out of the basic nursing now. The majority of nurses for you produce basic nurses. So they still need to upgrade on specific qualification before they can be given a specific job to do. And it's a study. Nurses graduate to Ghana because general nurses. They don't have any special skill, another special thing be almost a different job to do. Now, what the government should do, and what I believe will help, then say, we need to have reliable, accredited companies, institutions that will absorb nurses at the end of their graduation. Now, the government will have to now find these institutions and contract them to provide the government with nurses. Now, the government has to pay these nurses through these institutions or private companies. Now, when the government nurses through a private company, what is going to happen? And say nurse be ye juma or rich hospital. Now, so it is going to go against that company that hired the nurse. Meaning, if 10 nurses here more rich, no one in Africa will tell a nursing school a company and a form one. That's your palm one. That Kevin Taylor nursing company no accreditation value no be conform. These companies are mobile absorbed nurses no they are renting a buy for the buying to pay the nurses through them no. They will make sure say they are giving the government the highest quality. Nurses are no. They are bringing them as technically expatriates in Ghana. Nurse be here juma. Now say at the end of the day, assessing nurse na say nurse no baby free ba no. Just our company nurse in your papa or company no and the license no na at the end of the day these companies will try everything possible to hire nurses who are hungry, who are ready to serve, who are qualified to serve, and it will bring competition because these agencies will be able to absorb the nurses and give them different training. Now sebio radiology ni ade your nurse for insuano. These companies will be forced to even give their nurses those trainings. Send a beya omo value ni be cost. Now, what we are doing in Ghana right now, and they say, omo nurses could not pass out. Aban say absorb the government of Ghana. It does not matter who becomes the president and who is the party in government. No government can absorb all nurses in Ghana. It can never happen. And we are creating unemployment with this strategy which isn't working. It's about time. A man kwane connect say so nursing school and just automatically buy me foul. Who we nursing school who grade benyano. There are companies sitting and waiting. Group when we munya first class. I need these ones. They are smart. Because check your grades, where there when it comes to communication we're good. When it comes to this we're good. I need this. So the companies will be fighting for nurses who qualify, nurses who are basically the products they want. Now these companies, some person are buying more bigger contracts. That's are buying 200 nurses from her and 1,000 nurses from her. These companies will be forced to put together institutions and our schools are. But nurses, another training a regular nursing school no more. So in this case, no, these respective companies will also be competing among each other. They will be giving the nurses more extra education, skill the regular nursing school will not give them. And that is what we need to adapt. Because if we don't do that, and we make it look like so we are nursing school are buying for Ojuma, we are going to destroy more lives than to create opportunities for people. And every time we are there what backlog of nurses. And the Sagana Ninas it took quite bruchra. You to me finding I'm being honest with you. You're finding because on see anything apart from basic nursing. And in nursing, and as in the health sector, you need to have some extra skill. And there are a lot of equipment you should be able to handle. There are lots of courses in Ghana we don't offer. And the moment we allow international companies, there will be competition. These institutions and our private institutions, they will build health facilities with other equipment. Other skill, they will upgrade them. Into the they want to be the agency. The government is willing to work with them. Into one agency, we know are buying 10,000 nurses, all because there are nurses from this agency almost radiology, almost almost regular nurses. But this same institution be in Ghana, almost regular nurses now are buying to me if you say almost skill near limited. This is the only way the government can shed this problem, because it is looking like say I was saying at the end of the day. As nurses, it's not going to be possible. And we need to be critical about this. It's about time we open this up. It's about time your private institutions are absorbing nurses. In the Sobi or nursing school, now you say automatically me nursing school are buying also from a juma. Now you say me nursing school no na me graduate here. Me person because Kevin Taylor the institution because almost one, almost well known. Two. Almost somehow some extra skill and then the are buying are very interested in employing their people. It is are buying employ 10 nurses from this company. What is going to happen is the company that is supposed to assess the nurse. When the government writes any query about that nurse, it goes against the company. So the company will make sure say one nurse you don't go and misbehave. It is a nurse at a TikTok. It is a yep, obi bewu na nurse bi all that we do is write a query to the company that employed you, and the company with that 24 hours can withdraw you. It is not a job of the government to say we're nurses union, Ghana nurses registered. No, it is the company that has to withdraw you, because the company now withdraw in 24 hours. Dear Ecosi Rage Hospital no say companies nurses no more respective companies and companies in abeji omo results say what happened, give me your report. That company the accord said no, this nurse did not behave well, we are withdrawing our nurse, we are bringing a new one. That is how it works. But you see, these nurses are entitled. They are not working, but they want all the recognition. They want to be paid in full. That is why there's this laziness when it comes to our nurses. The nurses are supposed to work for private institutions that can fire and hire anytime. There is no fear in our nurses. The nurses are not getting any extra knowledge. These people are being trained and put in the system, and they are all waiting to be called to come and work in the hospitals. The government cannot absorb them. In some way, we need to take it seriously. It is not a joke. If we think that a government can come and absorb all nurses there and they abort them, it will never happen. It will never happen. If we like, let us try this as a pilot for Ghana. Most nurses come to school and come to our private institution because one, me be a private institution in Ghana. Now say me the equipment ba na regular things na mutual no nursing school no me dey me radiology dey and dey kan ho abra wa register with my institution after school. When the government is looking for qualified people like that, the government will reach out to my company. Do you have 10 of these students who can operate this machine? Say yes, we have. You will be sitting at home. They will employ that person from that company. Now the government will pay the company your salary. So you cannot come and stand in front of the government ministry and say we are demonstrating. Go and demonstrate at the company because they are the ones who employed you. The government pays you through the company. That is why you don't see nurses demonstrating at their hospitals in America. That is why you don't see doctors demonstrating, because no government employee. It is the private agencies that have employed nurses and doctors. Let us try this. This is going to work. There will be some discipline in the system. Nurses will now be committed to their job. The sense of entitlement will be taken away. Now, we the patients too will see the changes in the attitude of our nurses. Now, we will be able to know a patient who is not respecting a nurse. We will see it clearly. Why are we forcing ourselves? Why are we destroying ourselves? This is an advice to the minister. This is an advice to the government. We cannot absorb all these people. It is never true. We can't. Let's give other agencies the opportunity. Let them come and build facilities. Let us go inspect it. Let us say you are certified to be a government agency that supply government with nurses. That's all. Your foreign nurses 200. If we are paid that with that, government can negotiate with this private institutions how much they want to pay a nurse. Into institution A, you charge nurse be $1 a day. Now institution B, you charge nurse $2 a day. The nurses after school, they will all want to work with institution B. So it will bring the competition. Nurses' salary will go up. Will not be the government that will decide how much a nurse is supposed to take. There will be less pressure on the government. Because the institutions, the private institutions that are absorbing the nurses, it is about what you have, the training you add. It is what the demand. The demand, we are demanding for people who can operate machines. This company has it. This company pays $10 an hour. This company, the workers, they are doing the right job. You will see that most of these nurses, there's no burden on the government. Because I'm buying for Juma. So I will see school now, you will get an agency to employ you for us to employ you. If the government employs nurses, health practitioners through agencies, nobody will demonstrate in Ghana again. Who are you demonstrating against? Go to the agency office and demonstrate. Because there's a contract between the government and the agency that employed you. The agency is taking $2 million from the government. The agency is paying you $2. I don't care. The agency knows the labor law. You are not supposed to be paid below the living wage or the minimum wage. So there's a standard. But you cannot pay below the standard. At least pay above the standard. That is it. Let us try and start thinking a little bit. Because this statement from Akando is dangerous. He is the minister. He sees it. The piling of nurses' backlog, it is not going to stop. Salary, they be not lucky. Say, yes, we are winning the bed if you are buying so. There's so much money the government can use in building our health sector in a short space of time. If the government tries this, I'm on pilot to wake Akando should pilot this for just 2 years. You will see what will happen in Ghana. All these nurses are nursing school. They'll be chasing these agencies. I'm telling you. You will see. You will get nurses who are being employed by private hospitals, who are being employed by public hospitals because it is competitive. The salary is good. Nobody is going to chase government. And a locum, and your dress, and your pet chain, and your pet watch. Those things, it is not going to be the burden of the government. The government can help nurses or buying school or muchia idea to become nurses. The government help ends when you exit the school. And you say, oh, call it for Alawa. At that point, the government will say, okay, I can help with Alawa, or I won't help with Alawa. I'm going to do this rather. You can take loan. The government can help you whilst you're in the school. The moment you exit the school, you are not the responsibility of the government. You are on your own. Whatever you learned in that school, there are agencies around. You need to try and get employed for the government to hire you through that agency. Finished. This should be done. If I get the opportunity to speak to Mr. Kando, I'll tell him, Mr. Minister, try this, pilot this in our 2 regional hospitals and see. Get 2 agencies in Ghana. And let me tell you, your nurses need basic nurses. There are companies in Europe and America, more opportunity to see facilities are training nurses apart from their basic training. And Ghana, you will not see demonstration from nurse. And the nurse in the street so a demonstration there. Yento atade man in she. Yento atade man in she. Abiding to atade intimi buofu and a working condition. Working condition. Why are you asking me working condition? The working condition. Nippon of how you and also say Nippon do hospital be. Na say hospital no. Nyoma also the you you tell the person you can't work there. Take me from there. The government will be forced to fix that hospital. But you don't come and send the government, give me shirt, give me dress, give me shoes. Every day, government. Government responsibility is to give you education. When government gives you education, you have to go find where to work. And government needs to create the atmosphere, the environment for that.